Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is Saturday and we've got to talk about some new possible Blade movie rumors that are just insane. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so some news has come out that is rather insane, but it is still kind of a rumor also. So I want to make that abundantly clear. This is all still very much a rumor, so don't take it too seriously. But the thing of it is that Ryan Reynolds apparently really wants to do a new Blade movie with Wesley Snipes. He wants to see Blade 4 get made with Wesley Snipes. So the original Blade franchise would be coming back, and that is just wild. If he can pull this off, he is apparently begging the MCU to do this movie, and with the Mahershala Ali Blade still up in the air, could they just decide to go this route? There was a line about how he was the only Blade, but was this a reference to something that maybe Ryan Reynolds knew? Wesley Snipes is still in fairly good shape. He knows karate. He actually is a very skilled martial artist, and I could see him continuing on in this role. With a little bit of makeup to potentially make him look a little bit younger, they could still very much pull this off. And I look at it and it doesn't sound as insane when you're thinking about the fact that Ryan Reynolds just gave them Deadpool and Wolverine. That was a huge box office hit. So if he's saying, give me this, let me write this, let me help to make this happen, now Marvel has to at least consider this as a possibility. This all comes to us from several different sources, meaning that it is going around, and it's obvious that he really wants this. This has been reported on by many different places. One such place happens to be Superhero Hype, and it says Ryan Reynolds has reaffirmed his support for a prospective fourth Blade movie featuring Wesley Snipes. The two actors recently reunited on the big screen in the superhero blockbuster Deadpool and Wolverine, 2 decades after their last movie together, Blade Trinity. Deadpool and Wolverine marks Snipes' debut as Blade in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where a Blade movie is already in development with Mahershala Ali playing the character. Reynolds continues to support the idea of a fourth entry in the Wesley Snipes Blade films after working with him in Deadpool and Wolverine. He recently took to Instagram to reiterate his support for this potential sequel. He shared several behind-the-scenes photos and stills and noted the incredible audience response that Snipes drew in theaters. The reaction when Snipes enters the movie is the most intense thing I've ever heard in the theater. People screaming with uninhibited joy and love is also the sound of a legacy, Reynolds wrote. The spirited actor continued, more Blade, please. Hashtag Daywalker. A Logan-style send-off specifically. And in early August, Reynolds remarked on X, formerly Twitter, that there wouldn't be a Fox, Marvel Universe, or the MCU if the market hadn't been developed by Blade. He voiced his support for the Logan-like spin-off at that time as well. The Blade movies were in fact the very first superhero movies we got, and whether or not you remember them fondly or you think they're sort of cheesy or however you actually looked at them, without the Blade movies you probably wouldn't have the MCU as you know it today. And that just adds fuel to this fire, because before that there was not really any major big Marvel projects being done. Blade was essentially one of Marvel's first endeavors into a big budget Marvel film happening, and it was pretty good. A lot of fans thoroughly enjoyed those movies and really wouldn't care if they continued them on in some capacity. They actually spawned their own TV show, they actually did a lot. Now, the TV show, of course, isn't considered to be canon, but if Ryan Reynolds is saying, hey, I want the possibility of coming back into this, I want to see if we can make this happen, I think that it's not that bad of an idea. The Mahershala Ali movie is just, it's gone. We haven't heard anything else about it. Mahershala Ali supposedly has quit, if you believe all those rumors. And it looks like nobody's come forth to say, hey, this movie is still happening. It looks as though it has sort of disappeared. And you have an actor who enjoyed playing Blade before, but he sort of had a bit of a falling out when it came to Blade 3. He didn't enjoy Blade 3. And there's even kind of a few jokes in Deadpool and Wolverine about him not liking Ryan Reynolds. And it's sort of a blink and you miss it type of thing, but they really do imply that they have made up. And Ryan Reynolds is actually begging for this movie more than even Wesley Snipes. And Wesley Snipes has made no secret in the past of being willing to come back under the right circumstances. Of course, those right circumstances may have actually changed due to the success of Deadpool and Wolverine. He is now kind of in a mode where he has forgiven Ryan Reynolds for all the things before, and now they have an opportunity to work together to make this movie happen. We know that Ryan Reynolds can deliver a success. But how far can Ryan Reynolds take the success of Deadpool and Wolverine? Can he take it as far as making this happen, as making a new Blade movie with Wesley Snipes officially happen? That's kind of the thing. He has been posting pictures. He has been saying, hey, we can do this. And at least to me, this doesn't sound like as crazy of an idea as you would think. Initially, you look at it and you go, well, that's not considered the MCU, and they have their Blade and Mahershala Ali. Well, do they? Because the Blade movie is on permanent hold, like it may not ever happen. And with that kind of being the case, this looks like this might be a new way to introduce Blade. Wesley Snipes being in Deadpool and Wolverine was something that just worked. And it worked because despite whatever beef they have, they still had some sort of chemistry. And I think that Ryan Reynolds writing a Blade movie, Ryan Reynolds is very much a comic book fan. So for him to endorse an actor to play the role and for him to legitimately ask for this to happen, I think it's possible we could see this movie. Now, it is still, like I said, very much a rumor, and we have to take it with a grain of salt. And we also have to realize that just because an actor wants something to happen really bad doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to happen. It doesn't mean that the actor is going to get their way. The bottom line is a lot of times when actors ask for something, they aren't really given what they want. They aren't always given the opportunities to do the parts that they want to do or to bring on the people that they want to bring on. You hear all these stories about actors being part of the process, about possibly getting this person or that person to come back into the fold. And that much Ryan Reynolds has done. Ryan Reynolds has done that quite well. You look at Deadpool and Wolverine, and it's a who's who of cameos and lost opportunities. And it just really kind of flows well in that movie. But can he pull this off to where he can make it so that Marvel is going to bring back Wesley Snipes? That's kind of a big if. While I think it's highly possible this movie could happen and it could, I'm not sure that it would. as much as I could see them doing it, I also have to play devil's advocate. I have to wonder the way this would work. Because when you look at it, Wesley Snipes is not a spring chicken anymore. But neither are a lot of the other Marvel actors. However, he's probably on the older scale of Marvel actors. Because Wesley Snipes is actually 62 years old. 62 years old. So even if they brought him back, it couldn't be for a long-term commitment. At 62, can he really do all the action scenes that we think he can? I do know he is in good physical condition still, at least for a 62-year-old man, and it would be interesting to see him come back. However, that is where I am going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree with Ryan Reynolds that there should be a Logan-esque style send-off for the Blade character? Do you think that this is something that Marvel should do? Give Wesley Snipes at least one last movie? Or do you think that he's fit enough, and knowing that a couple of the actors are pushing their 60s anyway in the Marvel Cinematic Universe already, do you think it's likely that he could end up, in fact, replacing Mahershala Ali if Mahershala Ali has, in fact, quit, as rumors tend to kind of suggest? As always, we want to know what you guys think, so don't forget to leave us that comment letting us know what you think. Don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so they can be a part of the conversation as well. Then make sure you hit that like button. It's free, it helps the channel, and we really do appreciate it. Miko says we need more subscribers, and look at this face. You don't want to disappoint Miko, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell while you're down there so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it, you know it, and Miko knows it. Fandom is family.